welcome. My name is Charlotte and I am the High Heel Stitcher here on Flosstube and on Instagram. Welcome or welcome back. I'm hoping that you saw the introduction of my weekend away with my hubby for our wedding anniversary. It was really nice. We spent the weekend in Marwell Hotel, went to Marwell Zoo on the Saturday and the Monday, and on the Sunday, 4th of May, which was our actual anniversary, we went and spent the day in the New Forest. So it was really nice. We saw the ponies, had a wander around. It was really nice, and the 2 days in, we went and walked around Marwell, was obviously really nice as well. We saw all the animals, and on the Monday the tiger was up and around, walking around, so that was really cute. So yeah, hopefully you will have seen that video as my introduction. So I did actually record this last week, but I just didn't get around to posting it. I went to edit and I wasn't feeling it, so screw it. Ditch, redo it. So today is currently the 12th of May 2025. So before we get into anything, I am going to do the giveaway winners, because I drew these last week before my video. Obviously didn't post it, so unaware. So this was my 500 subscriber giveaway. There was 2 prizes, one which was a £10 KLT charting voucher, and the second was a chart that I could rack to you, so either Paint-Free Crafts or Charting Creations or something like that. So just let me know your choice. So the £10 KLT charting voucher, the code word was dragon, and the winner is Laura Miller 1495. So congratulations, Laura. Please message me with your email and we'll get that sorted. Then the second winner for the chart, the code word was unicorn, and the winner is Gillian Beasley 7007. So if you could both just message me on Instagram, it's probably the best way to get hold of me, and we will get those prizes sorted for you. So congratulations. Yeah. Right, let's get straight into the stitching. So I'm just going to do April and a little bit in May, but mostly it's going to be the April stuff stitching. So in April I stitched, let me grab my notes, got my board here, just put that down there for the moment. So yeah, in April I stitched 18 out of 30 days. I had 2 new starts, 1 finish, and I worked on 6 projects. April was a month. Mentally, emotionally, just chaos. So there wasn't a lot of stitching. 6,862 stitches, so best month of the year so far, but it's been a month. So we'll go with my new starts. I have got a finish, which is actually an FFO. When I recorded last week, it was just a finish. I have since FFO'd it. So let's go with, so my first new start was Jigsaw Dolphin. I'll put a picture up here of what it will look like. It's by KLT Charting, and this is my progress on it so far. Where's my board? This little needle minder is from Maloka Designs. It was on offer, so it was free. You just had to pay the postage, which I think was like £4, so I think it's worth it. Her needle minders are really good and really cute. So this is the progress that I've got so far on it. This has just had 1 day and it's 364 stitches. This fabric is 18 count Pompey Tides by KLT Charting, and I'm using the called for DMC. This will only be stitched on when we have our stitchy meetups in Make. They generally happen once a month. I have set up a Facebook group for them, so if you are local to Portsmouth, Southampton, or you know, you fancy just popping down once to try it out, I will put the link to the Facebook group below. But if I do forget, which I may do, it's also in my link tree on my Instagram. So that's my dolphin. Just thought it'd be quick and a nice block stitching for when we are meeting up. I got this new tumbler. I mean, dragons is so cute. I got the matching coaster, but that's at work because I got two. I've got two of these. One was full price, and then the second one that I got was part of an oopsie bundle, so it was 50% off, but I don't see what was oopsie about it, so I've got one here and one at work. So my next new start was my Bella Filipina Stitches and Lots of Tea. This was a freebie retreat exclusive from last year's retreat. This only had 2 days stitching on in April, but I have stitched on it a few days in May, so I've got quite a bit of stitching done. It only had about 400 stitches in April. This is where we are. So got the exclusive needle minder from the retreat last year, and this is as far as we've got. So the cup is solidly done. The majority of the cup is done. There's a little bit more to do on the top, which is mostly gold cry neck. I was hoping to get this done by the retreat. That is happening in 3 weeks' time, so potentially I can get it done if this was the only thing that I was concentrating on. This is a 28 count even weave. It's the Solent Stitches Retreat exclusive from 2009, and it's by KLT Charting. It's a beautiful blue. This needle minder was from Denkai Designs. Again, it was an exclusive for the Bella Retreat last year, and this one is a Cotton and Clay UK. I really love that. Those are my 2 new starts. My finish and fully finish is going to be, I'm going to show you. I've decided going forward that although they're like it's for an exchange, I am going to show it, because if you don't want to see, then you can skip ahead, but the likelihood of somebody seeing this and going, oh, that's who I got before, it's not spoiling it until the actual exchange of the retreat. So anyway, I'm jabbering. Anyway, so it is Dragon That Ate the Night by the Stitch Crypt. This one When did I start that? Sorry, note. I started that on the 15th of April. I finished it on the 15th of March, finished it on the 22nd of April, and I FFO'd it Thursday last week, I think. It's just in a hoop, so yeah. And I added this little 2025 charm into it. The back is not the neatest, but so this is an 18 count Darkness Comes by Craftie Charting, and it is sparkly. I absolutely love this. I will be restitching it on a different fabric because it's supposed to have clouds behind it, but they were the same colours as the fabric, so it didn't show up. So I'm not spending time stitching that if you can't see it. So plus, if I'd stitched the clouds, it wouldn't have fitted in the 6-inch hoop. And the smalls exchange for the square stitches is that it has to be 6 inches, 6 by 6 or less. So I really love that. Really love that. I have had a new start in May, but I will do that in a minute. We're still talking about April. So the only other project, wait, that's only 1, 2, 3, that's only 3. Nope, because I lied. I put them away. Anyway, I will pull them out. So it was the next round of Myth and Magic Stitch Wars, except it was slightly different. It was the Royal Rumble, so all clans were playing against each other. I'm normally a hunter, but 2 hunters and 3 fairies temporarily left their clans to join a new clan. We are called the Sirens, and we're local stitchers that all wanted to stitch together. We haven't stitched together in Myth since it started, so this was our opportunity to do that all together, and it was really good. I was leader for about a week, and then home stuff happened, so I had to step down, so I was only in the clan for a week, but it was amazing stitching with them. And in the end, Sirens did win. So they won the Rumble, which was absolutely amazing. I'm so proud of them. All of the Siren clan. So anyway, I decided to pull out a project that was just one colour that was going to be easy to stitch on, and that was my Pandemic by Long Dog Samplers. If I put a picture of what it looked like before, and this is what it looks like now. So I did just over 1,000 stitches on it. I did all of this and all of this, and I filled in this bit here. I don't know what percentage it is at, but we're about 7,000 stitches, so I think I hit 10%. I think I hit 10% on it. I absolutely loved stitching on this. This is on 18 count Blood Moon Ada by Craftie Charting. And this is DMC 704, I think. I'm just doing it in the one colour. I don't know where I got that needle minder from, but it does have one of these floss drops on it. This is from Craftie Emily, and you can get this on her Ko-fi. And I'm not sure where I got the donut to stop. This thing is going to be huge. I mean, that's half the fabric. Yeah. Huge. A lot of people are stitching Pandemic. I know a lot of people have finished Pandemic. I'm just really far behind because I think this was started in 2020. So this is going to be 5 years old this year. Yeah. Right. The two other projects I showed in my last video, because that I showed in the retreat video. So I'm not going to show you what I did on them because I showed you in my last video at the beginning of April. So since my last video, that is all I have stitched on, apart from my new start in May. This is for the exchange at the end of May, which is the Bella Filipina retreat. One of the prompts is something handmade or homemade. I am going to be making this. It is emerald leaf or emerald palm biscornu. It will be my first biscornu, so I'm hoping it turns out well. If not, I don't know what I'm going to do for that prompt. So this is as far as I have got. So I have fully done the top of the biscornu and I have started on the bottom. I really wanted to get this done before the Sweary Stitches retreat this week. I really don't think I'm going to get it done. Mostly because work got really busy today, so the next few evenings before I do go on retreat I will be working. So this is stitched with, it's only 4 colours of DMC. This yellow here was supposed to be a DMC diamond, but 1, I didn't have it, 2, I wasn't going to buy it, and 3, if it turned out to be absolutely, like, I messed up the biscornu by not putting it together properly, it will have been a waste of metallic. So I've just decided to swap it out for the normal DMC. And there you can see is another Maloka design needle winner. So yes, that is my first, it will be my first attempt at a biscornu. Hopefully it turns out okay. I've watched a couple of YouTube tutorials, but until I actually get it done and start actually putting it together, I won't know if it turns out well or not. So that is that. We will go on to shout outs, plans, and then haul, and then a life update. So there's been 2 new to me Flosstubers, and then just the few that I always like to watch. So if you really like full coverage stitches, then I highly recommend In Stitches with Ebony. She has some absolutely amazing full coverage pieces, so I would highly recommend checking her out. And the other new to me Flosstuber is Sewing Sam. She has some amazing projects, so again I would highly recommend checking her out. Those are the 2 new to me's. I've not really been watching a lot of Flosstube recently. I am still so far behind. I think I'm end of February Flosstube, so I'm like 2.5 months behind. So I'm trying to catch up. So yeah, the ones that I always try and catch their videos is the lovely Stitchy Sally. I know she's done a shout out to me in one of her last videos. I haven't got around to watching it yet, which I'm really sorry Sally. The lovely Stephanie Overfield, Stitchy Steph, who I think has recently just gone through a channel name change on Instagram, and I think maybe on Flosstube, I'm not unsure, but definitely on Instagram. The lovely Lizzie Fisher, who I had the pleasure of meeting at the Big Stitch last year. Then Tan, the monogamous cross stitcher, always enjoy watching her videos. And lastly, the one that I've actually watched and am up to date with her videos, because I did watch them all, was the lovely Craftie Emily. Highly recommend checking out all of them. Craftie Emily also has a Ko-fi page, so where you can buy her needle minders and scissor fobs and things like that, so check that out. Right, plans. We've got the Sweary Stitches retreat coming up in a few days' time. I will be having a new start. Then it will be start 18 or 19 of my 33 while 33. I am behind on that. I am hoping to catch up. I need to do, I think, 3 or 4 new starts a month to be able to hit my 33 while I am 33. So it will most likely be Saturday that I start this, and it's Anubis by, I am not saying her name because I will absolutely butcher it, but it's the lovely Maria. I will put it on the screen here. If you know me, you will know that absolutely love Egyptian themed stuff. Our front room is Egyptian themed, so I'm hoping to get a decent chunk of him done at the retreat this weekend. So that will be my second new start in May. My third new start, I'm hoping, will be at the end of May, which will be a Bella Filipina. Now I know in my 33 or 33, it's supposed to be Hollyberry. Hollyberry Pixie. I am now unsure if she is the one that I want to start, because I don't know if I'm satisfied with my fabric choice. I absolutely love her, do not get me wrong. It's not the fact that I've fallen out of love with her. I do absolutely love her, but I'm not a pink person. And the fabric that I have got is Lust by Kelty Charting, and she will look absolutely fantastic on that. It's not the fabric that I'm not a pink person. And I saw somebody had finished this, I think it was Karen Hodges, who has now got a Flosstube. I think she's got 2 or 3 videos out. She is the Bella queen. Absolutely, all her Bellas are stunning. I highly recommend checking her out. I think she did her on a light blue and looked really good, and now I'm doubting myself. I will probably just end up doing her on this, and she will look amazing. She will look amazing, but the only reason I am doubting myself is because I do not like pink. I don't like pink. So then I'm unsure whether or not to do a different Bella Filipina, one that I've got kitted up or semi-kitted up. So in my Canny Little Fox Outlander home case, is the bead pack for the Blackwater Siren set. And I've ordered some fabric for this that I will be picking up at the retreat. So then that's an option. Although there's been a bit of drama with this, so I'm not sure whether or not I'm going to stitch that or wait until the drama's calm down a little bit. Or in my Camel home case by Canny Little Fox is pretty much the full kit for Cleopatra. Now in the last two Bella retreats, there has been a lovely lady who has been stitching this on a beautiful green fabric, which is why I've now got a green fabric. And again, this is pretty much, I think, yeah, it's a full kit. The DMC, the Chronic, the water lilies, it's a full kit. And I've got the fabric, which is a linen, which isn't that slobby, thankfully. But again, I'm not a huge linen fan, but she will look amazing on it. Do I just go, yeah, I'm just gonna actually do what I said and do Holly Perry and just be happy? Or do I pull out one of my other kitted Bellas? I don't know. I don't know. I would probably just end up doing Holly Berry, which is fine because she's absolutely stunning. Yes, I will be having a new start at the Bella retreat. I will be having a new start at the Sweary Stitches retreat. That will be 3 new starts in May. And then in June, I may have to have 4. I'm going to have to do my maths. So, but I don't have any other retreats this year apart from a cottage that some of us have booked in September. And that I will be starting my Poltergeist Pirates. So that was plans. There is no logical ideas to the plans. Next up we have haul. Not a lot of haul, mostly it's stuff for the exchanges. I do have a little bit of Stitchy Kindness. So the bead pack for the Darkwater Siren Sow, I got that. I did get another bead pack for my Cordelia Bella Filipina. Can't tell you where that is. Ah, there it is. So there's Cordelia. And there's my Bellatrix. Again, she's pretty much fully kitted, same as Cordelia. I think I'm just missing the DMC, which that's full of DMC. So it's got the fabric for each. Yeah. So yeah, the bead pack and Krynic, or 2 Krynics. No, they're not Krynic. They are Petite Treasure Braid, because I've decided to swap them out. For the Petite Treasure Braid, only 2 of them were in stock, so I am missing 2 others. But you know what? I bought, when I purchased the Cordelia pack, there was a Petite Treasure Braid in, there were 2 Petite Treasure Braids in my basket. One was for my Stitches and Lots of Tea. The other one, I don't have a clue what it was for. I brought it because it was in my basket for a reason. I cannot figure out what it was for. So we'll wait and see if I remember what that is for. Anyway, so I got 2 bead packs. I got some fabric from Kim at Coyote Charting, and this is called Georgie of the Jungle. It's a beautiful orange and green colour, and I got that in the 32 count even weave and the 18 count Ada. Also got a smaller piece and some threads of the same, and there my DMC. Monthly club has come in, and oh, look at this adorable little needle minder. It's little Presley Penguin in his little pride cardigan. I've stitched this. I have not fully finished it. It is in my drawer. Got my box in that box there, full of my finishes that I've done nothing with. So yeah, he is absolutely adorable. So that was all, and then I had a little bit of Stitchy Kindness. As I said, absolutely love Egyptian themed, just anything really. And we the lovely Nick reached out saying that she was clearing out some stuff and found this chart, and if I would like it, and I said yes please, thank you very much. So it's absolutely huge. This is I think it's Joan Elliott. Yeah, Joan Elliott. So that is what he will look like. I've actually been in Tutankhamun's tomb in the Valley of the Kings, and I saw his mummy and his casket. Is that what it's called? I haven't seen his golden head crown. That's in, I think, the Cairo Museum, so I haven't seen that. But yeah, so this chart is huge. This folds out another 4 times. That's half of it, and it folds out again down, obviously not flashing you the chart. Yes, I am really looking forward to getting that stitched and up on the wall. It may end up being a new start sooner rather than later. if I can find the correct fabric for it, because I'm having a little bit of a nightmare trying to find fabric for Anubis. I opened this when Daryl was in the kitchen and he was like, oh, I really like that, yeah, stitch that. So yes, dear. And I think that is everything. I have got a few other little bits, but they were there for the exchange, so I'll do a little video once I've got everything done for the exchange. I'll do a little video, put it in probably not my next video, I don't know, depends when I next record. So if you're watching me this far, thank you very much. I know I've rambled a lot. I will be doing a live update, but I know not everyone sticks around for those, so if you are shooting off now, thank you very much for watching me. If you are staying, thank you. You listened to my month of just, yeah. It may not be as bad to some, but for me it's been emotional. So last month I mentioned that we had a medical emergency in the family. My granddad had a fall and had a heart attack. So he was in hospital for a few weeks. They put a stent in. They found loads of blood clots around on his legs, so they had to pump him through blood thinners to try and get rid of the clots. Put a stent into his heart. Fine. They're really happy with his progress, so that was good. They sent him home within a week, not even a week. He'd had another fall and he was back in hospital, but they can't figure out why he's had this fall and why he can't move. So they've moved him to a different hospital a little bit closer, and he's doing physio, so he's doing well. They're happy with his heart. It's not his heart, but it's just been, it's been a stressful few weeks. Yeah, he was out of hospital less than a week and he had another fall, and yeah, it was. So I was at bingo when I got a phone call from my mum to say he'd had another fall, can we go get the dogs? Obviously I hadn't driven to bingo, so I had to call Darren in a little bit of a panic to him to go walk around to get the dogs. So he went, got the dogs, brought them back. So we'd had them for 3 weeks. We'd given them back, I think, the Sunday, and then by the Wednesday we'd had them, we'd had to go get them again. So yeah, he's doing better. He's doing physio. It's hard work, but he is progressing slowly, which is good. It's just, it's difficult to see him like that. So the day after he had a fall, Thursday, it's just before Easter weekend, it was supposed to be Lexi's 12th birthday, and that day I just broke down. It was a really, obviously worried about Granddad, and then having the reminder that it was Lexi's birthday. Just that Thursday was a really, really bad day. And Nat, bless her, messaged and went, is everything okay? And I just like dumped it all on her. She was like, she's one of the best friends I've got, and she was off to the cinema and she dropped down a little like package for me, and I was just, it made me want to cry because I have the best friends. I love her so much. So it was, yeah, that Thursday was stressful. That's a car alarm. I'm hoping it's not my car alarm. No, we're good. So yeah, then that Easter weekend we discovered a leak in our kitchen from the hot water tap that had obviously been there for years. So we moved into this house in July 2020, so we've been here 5 years this year, and we're just like, right, we've got a leak, we've got to sort it. Daryl cut a hole in the ceiling in the kitchen, had a look, found what it was. It was, yeah, the hot water pipe had corroded, it was leaking, but under this pipe was an old aluminium tin foil takeaway tub that obviously somebody, I'm assuming the previous owners, had shoved up there. Instead of fixing the leak, they just went, yeah, and shoved that up there. So we've had this leak for at least 5 years since we've moved in, that we weren't aware of until this tub had started corroding, and that Daryl picked up and it just fell to bits. So we obviously were not willing to just do that, and we got it fixed. Daryl tried numerous different things. I left him to it, but unfortunately it was too far corroded. We had to get plumber out. Plumber came out, and within half an hour it was fixed, replaced a bit of the pipe that had corroded away. So we were like, fine. It just made me really happy that somebody would just leave that like that. Anyway, so that was just like a few days after the whole granddad going back into hospital, Lexi's birthday. So that, again, stress, and at that time the doctors were like, you may need to say your goodbyes. So that was a stressful situation. Everything just was piling on top of me. I was not coping very well. So the Royal Rumble for Myth had started. I was the leader, and I was just like, I can't, girls, I can't handle this. I'm gonna have to step away. They were amazing about it. Yeah, they were able to replace me, find somebody else. So I was just able to just deal with everything going on. That whole week, I think I only managed like 50 stitches, and that was to finish the dragon, because I was missing one DMC, so I was waiting for that DMC to come in, and I finished that, and that was it. So again, we had the dogs for another week and a bit. So then things seemed to calm down a little bit, and last weekend was our wedding anniversary, so we decided, well, we didn't decide there and then. I booked the hotel just before Christmas because it was a really good deal, and considering it was bank holiday weekend, it was a really good deal. 2 nights at the Marwell Hotel, including breakfast, and so yeah, we did that. It was needed just to get away, relax, take our minds off everything. So yes, it was it was a really nice weekend away. I'm sure something else has happened and I can't remember. Obviously wasn't that important. Anyway, bring the mood down. Anyway, I hope everyone is doing really well. If the giveaway winners, if you're still watching, could just message me on Instagram, we can get that sorted. And the plan was to record next Monday, so whatever date that is. So today's the 12th, so the 19th, and I was going to do a retreat review for the sweary stitches. I think I may still do that, but obviously there was supposed to be 2 weeks between the videos. It will only probably be about a week unless I postpone it a couple of days. And then we've got the Bella retreat at the end of the month, and again hopefully do a video the Monday after that for a review on that retreat. So you may get 3 videos from me this month, maybe. Probably not, because if I do one next week, there's probably not going to be much progress to show you. I probably won't have finished the Biscornu. I don't want to take it to the retreat with me. I don't know what I'm taking into a retreat. Obviously my new start, but I don't know what other projects to take. Anyway, I've rambled on for long enough. I will let you get off, watch somebody else. I hope you are all keeping safe, well, getting loads of stitchy time.